Hello, Dr. Tawana Worlds by birth, also known as a disruptor. Did you know that millions who grow up in poverty also die in poverty? Have you ever heard the saying, what good can come out of the hood? Well, I'm here to disrupt for just a minute. Yes, I was that little girl that grew up in the hood, grew up in the ghetto, single mother, absent father, eating out of the trash can just to survive. But I was also that girl that determined way back then that I was not going to become a product of my past. And now I help others do the same thing. I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. I help men and women from similar backgrounds find value in their own vault and create wealth from within. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Look, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to those that are coming by for the first time, maybe even the second. Welcome back to those who always come around and hang with your girl. I got two things I want to show y'all. I said I was done with y'all, but I just need to show y'all this, okay? I really have to show y'all this because this is being implemented right before our very eyes. And I just thought, me being a watchman, this had to be shared, okay? Earlier today, I was looking at a video, and let me start this over here. My bad, y'all. Hold on. Let me get my other cousins over here on Instagram. Let me say hello to them, and I'm going to welcome everybody on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Cousins, what's going on? What is going on? Let me turn on this light. Welcome, 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 welcome back. All of that. If you are a returning cousin or a new visitor, I'm going to ask you real quickly to go ahead and share this. Help me beat the algorithm and also help me reach the people that I am intended to reach, okay? I want to say this first and foremost. Please, please, please share this. Whether you're watching this live, I'm going to leave this up for a little bit, okay? And the only reason why I'm going to leave it up for a little bit, maybe 24 to 48 hours, is because I don't want them coming for me, for one. And for two, what I'm going to offer is only going to be for a limited time, okay? So go ahead and share this with everybody everywhere. Hello, hello, and hello. Now, with that being said, let me go ahead and pull this up on the screen so y'all can see this. I want y'all to see something, and I want y'all to hear something. Let me get this up. All right, here we go, right here. Let me pull this up. I want y'all to see this real quick, and I'm not going to be here. I'm not going to be here that long whatsoever, okay? I'm not going to be here long whatsoever. I just want y'all to see this. Let me go ahead and flip the switch real quick so y'all can see this over here on Instagram. This is what is happening now. And I was looking at a video earlier on today, and it was a video where Trump and some other men got together. They were shaking hands, piecing it up, making peace treaties. And, the world's kind of like, oh, wow, he's doing great things. And he's bringing people together that have been at war for 30 years plus. And right in the middle of that, I heard the Holy Spirit say, when they say peace, peace, know that destruction is nigh. And when I seen that, I was like, okay, it made sense. Even though the world is celebrating, the Lord is saying, this is not what y'all think this is. While they are yelling, peace, peace, just know that sudden destruction is nigh. And then I began to, go into some more information, started seeing about certain meetings and different things that are happening, transpiring while they have these other headliners, out there. There's things being done on the sly. There's meetings taking place, deals being brokered, more trades and all kind of stuff. And I'm gonna let y'all hear it for yourself. But I want y'all to know that this is the agenda of 2030. And this is what they came together to meet in New York a couple months ago to accelerate this plan, right? You see it on the screen. I'm going to flip this back around so that I could free up my hands, okay? But I'm going to read from it. Agenda 2030, and you can make your assessment on how many of these things are you seeing happening right now. One world order government, one world cashless currency. This is the agenda by 2030. Okay? Cashless currency. We're now in every headline globally, and I'm about to explain the cashless currency in just a moment after you guys see this video. Okay? A one world central bank, a one world military, end of national sovereignty, end of privately owned property, end of the family unit, mandatory, okay, universal basic income, micro tracking for all, world social credit systems, thousands of SC towers, end of private transportation, end of private farms, businesses owned by government, travel restrictions, and restricted land use. I know for a fact that so many other nations are not using cash. Brixton already set it up that they have their own currency that is backed by gold. Japan, China, a lot of Middle Eastern and other parts of the world don't even deal with cash. The dollar comes from the United States. Okay? One world central bank. We don't know who that is, what that is, but with this digital currency, it connects one world to a central structure or a central entity. We all will be using digital currency. I don't know about the one world military, okay? But the peace talks and all of this stuff, we will see. This is their goal. You can go on their website, especially the WEF, the World Economic Forum. Okay? End of the family unit, end of private owned property. We're seeing some of this happen right now. What happened in Pacific Palisades, where those people were burned out of their own property and now there is other infrastructure being built. These people has not gotten any money to rebuild the houses that were burnt. But they're going back to the location to try to clean up a little of the debris, salvage some of the stuff that they still can. And now they're seeing, you know, uh, I'm not going to say affordable housing because it's not affordable housing, but they're seeing housing structure go up. And they're like, this is not the plan. It happened in Hawaii as well, where those people were, flamed with fire and water, and now their property is gone. Okay. So we see some of these things happening right now. What I will say is, I want y'all to hear, because when I heard this, I was like, oh, okay. With all of the things that they are setting up, the taking away of Medicare benefits, taking away of certain government benefits, with the student loan situation, with the digital dollars, with the inflation, with the tariffs, with all of these things that we are seeing happening right now, with the job loss. And I'm not going to get into all of that, right? With the job loss, the 4.5 million jobs that will be replaced for Black workers by 2030. That's what it said, by 2030. 4.5 million jobs to Black workers will be replaced by AI. Now, predominantly, it's not Black people that is on these government programs, but majority is. And some people may take offense that I say, or I mention those programs, those assistance, the benefits. I'm mentioning them because a lot of my people are on them and they are still bound by them. People come to me all the time. Hey, with me starting a business, will this hurt this benefit? With me starting a business, will this interrupt this benefit? And I'm like, you can actually make more than what you're getting in benefits. But to answer your question, no, that is business income and business income only. Period. Okay. So this thing is being laid out when Donald Trump signed that big, beautiful bill. And I told y'all that in that bill, he allowed for biometric. It said aggressive. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. Let me go to this real quick. Let me see where it's somewhere right up in here because I just shared it. Is it this one? Nope. Hold on. I think it's somewhere up in here. Let me see. Okay, that's not that one. Give me 1 second because I wasn't planning on sharing that, but I shared it before. And it's going to go perfect with what I'm going to be sharing here right now. Okay. No, that's not that one. I think I got to go down just a little bit more. I think it's right up in here. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I might gotta go to Google. Uh, all right. So let me go pull it up on Google real quick. I had the headline, and that's what I wanted to show y'all, but I'm determined to show y'all Trump's big, beautiful bill. Trump's big, beautiful bill uh, approves biometric surveillance. All right, here we go. Let me share this real quick. What's going on, beloveds? Let me show y'all before I show y'all the video so y'all know everything goes together. Trump's mega bill expands biometric surveillance. And not only does it expand it, it says they will begin to aggressively surveil. Okay? And I share this with y'all because this is the same system that China is on. I'm not going to share that on this live because I already shared it. All you got to do is go look up China's credit scoring, social credit scoring. China's social credit scoring. And when you pull it up on YouTube, you're going to see exactly the imagery that you see here because this is biometrics. Okay? Now, Trump has been busy behind the scene. And these tariffs are a way to pretty much punk these other countries into allowing biometrics and digital dollarization to be a part of their country. If not, we gonna tax you. Basically, we gonna punish you if you don't get with the program. So now I'm going to play that so you can hear it. Just wanted y'all to see this, that in that big bill, there was a lot of monies legislated for us to be biosurveillanced, for us to be digitally tracked. This whole entire situation that Trump got going on with the cartels and calling in the military right now as we speak to take them down, and the tariff talk with the Mexican president, it's all about having biometrics on these people to monitor. This is what this is supposedly being done in the name of, but it will surveil every American citizen. Every American citizen. So let me pull the video up and you guys will be able to see that for yourself. And it's a short video. Hold on one second. All right. Now let me flick over here. Give me 1 second. It's still saying that it's loading data. What's going on? Imagery. All right, here we go. Let me pull this up on the screen. I want y'all to hear this for yourself. So you see it. Trump's mega bill expands biometric surveillance. Now you're about to hear. Now you're about to hear it from his mouth and they mouth.
Complete the biometric entry exit visa tracking system, which we need desperately. In my administration, we will ensure that this system is in place. And I will tell you, it will be on land, it will be on sea, it will be in air. We will have a proper tracking system.
Land, sea, and air?
The main purpose of opening the borders was to create chaos so that order in the form of a digital ID system would be tolerated. In order for a biometric border system to work, everyone will obviously need to be in the system. And the Trump administration is using tariffs to compel foreign nations to comply. After returning from this trip, U.S. Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem said that she met with Mexican President Sheinbaum about sharing biometric data in exchange for ending tariffs.
Do you think the Mexican president, you talked to her, is doing enough to defeat the cartels down there?
You know, we talked extensively about that. I gave her some options of more she could do. And I asked her specifically to share biometric information with us. And she's willing to discuss that, even though that in her country would be a little bit controversial. But she's putting a good faith effort. But President Trump is clear. He doesn't want people to keep talking. He wants to see action.
As a result of this, several laws went into effect last week in Mexico that will require the CURP, Mexico's 18-character version of the U.S. Social Security number, to include a QR code containing biometric data of both fingerprints and retinal scans. These new digital IDs will be monitored by the new Unified Identity Platform Agency, and biometric data will be shared with both Mexican and U.S. government agencies. The new biometric CURP will be legally required to purchase internet and mobile service, and changes to Mexico's telecommunications law will force internet service providers to share users' real-time geolocation data with Mexican authorities, allowing them the ability to shut down service and block digital platforms for failing to comply with regulatory provisions.
Almost everyone's under mind control. All these MAGA people are a mess.
This is crazy. That's where we headed. That's the end game. And these tariffs are being used as leverage to implement this system. I want y'all to hear it. That way you can never say, I did not know. That way you never can say, I did not know. I didn't know all of this was happening, God. I didn't know. Yes, you did. It's right here in our face. Universal basic income was on one of the lists of the Agenda 2030. We are in 2025, almost going into 2026. And with this bill that just passed, we have about 60 days before he start implementing certain things, especially with the digital dollar. They're putting it into place. He said we need about 3 months, 3 to 6 months. With the first 90 days, that was in June. with the first 90 days going to testing this and testing that before in 6 months we fully roll this thing out. The stable coin. How many of y'all own some type of crypto or stable coin? Some type of gold or silver? Some type of land? Something that is of real value, that if you needed to barter, you can do that. That's going to be very important in the upcoming days, weeks, months, years. Something that you can barter. Well, I make sure me and my kids are good. There's things that we need to get prepared. Lots of things. We need to have cell phones that are not, or some type of phones that are not connected to like the towers, but rather to satellite. Means of communication. We got to get together, start planning with our family. Hey, if you over here in New York and I'm over here in California, how would we get to each other? We need to get back to the basics. Not to mention the whole depopulation situation that's happening. Buy air, buy food, buy water. I shared those things with you guys. How they said these new data centers is polluting the waters. How China just went and purchased a whole entire town, all because of this water manufacturer there. This is why it's very urgent for us to get prepared. It's bigger than just let us get, a whole bunch of money. The money is necessary because you needed to exchange and get you some real assets. Notice people are selling their homes, right? People are selling their homes. American citizens are selling their homes. But even with the market, how the market is in the housing market, real estate is still being bought and built upon. Prices of gold has gone up, skyrocketed. They say price of gold is higher than it was like in the 1930s. Silver is at an all-time high. You can still get some silver, for like $300, $400, but gold is like sitting right at $4,000 an ounce. Yeah. The best type of land we should be buying is farmland. You should be buying farmland. It's already primed for you to plant on it. Okay? It's raw land. So you can build on it. There's a lot of benefits. You can get money for buying raw land. That's why the Chinese is buying up all the raw land. That's why foreigners have spent billions of dollars buying up American raw land. Because they have to have land before they ever pour concrete. Period. You buy the dirt before they can pour the concrete. That's what being called a landlord is. You're lord over the land. You're in your rightful position. You can go buy you some land in the path of growth. Buy it cheap. Oh, I know they finna build some stuff around here. I'm going to sit on it and hold it. And then when they building got to be built near my property or on my property, then for the right price, you can buy my land. that I bought for dirt cheap. That's really what land banking is. Buy it, hold it, and then triple exit, literally. But these are the things that we need. And we cannot get what we need without money. That's why I come by with opportunities that help you get quick cash injection. We need more money. You need more money just to survive. But you need money to get in a better position. There's things that we have to have for our families. Simple as that. We need to start thinking like that. I would rather have something and never need it than to not have something and can't obtain it. While it's still quiet, we should be collecting and gathering. Y'all see what panic shopping can do. When you have a house mortgage that has nothing to do with the land, no. I had to learn that the hard way. No. You know how you go purchase a house and it's like it's on a 0.5 acre lot, or it's on a half acre lot? That land don't belong to you. The house, the infrastructure on it is what you're leasing. Mortgage is a fancy way to say that you're leasing. And you got a little bit more help if needed. But it's just a fancy way of saying that you're leasing. Renting is one thing. Mortgage is leasing. You do not own any of that until it is paid in full. So I tell people all the time, why go buy a $200,000, $300,000? I mean, I don't even know where you can find a $200,000 house, but I'm sure they have some. But right now, median price, mid 400s, 500s, they were up to 700,000, 800,000 for homes. That's bananas. You would just literally create generational debt doing that. The economy is changing, but the money is not. Some people, minimum wage is still $9, $10 an hour. So the smart thing would be, go buy me some land, because you can buy land pretty cheap in certain states. You can buy land pretty cheap. You can buy houses for $500, for $1,000 off of certain repositories. See, our people don't know about this. Houses that was placed on tax lists and they were not sold goes on another list. Sheriff sales. So you can buy homes and land. But what I would do, the correct way to do it, is buy me a plot of land and then build my own home on it. Cost you about $200,000 to build a modernized, like, nice home. $200,000. And now you ain't got no mortgage and all that other extra expenditures that come with having a mortgage. You don't have that. You have your land tax. See how it's reversed? You go buy a home, you got property tax. But when you buy land, you got land tax. You just put construction on your land, but you're paying land tax, which is way cheaper on any given day. $15, $35 a year for dirt. That's the gold mine, dirt. I don't care what's going on. It still appreciates. I've literally waited a year and a half for installation to be complete on our land. And when I tell you the devil was working to steal that inheritance, because I didn't understand the depths of what God was really doing for me and my family and several other people. So I was like frustrated with it, right? We want to get on it. We want to do what we need to do. I would have missed so many opportunities, because now that I'm working with the builders, it's like, no, baby, you can go get you the funding from over here to build. We got to make sure that we have this together. So when you present it to them, they don't come with no smoke when it comes to zoning. Right? So I go buy the land, and then I get funding from the government, the USDA, U.S. Department of Agriculture, because I bought farmland, will give me the monies to build on that land. Family homes and a farm. But when you build the construction, don't they eventually charge a property tax for the property you build on your land? No. No. They charge you a land tax. Okay? They charge you a land tax. Yeah. It's totally different. And then, smart way to do it is, and this is just some free game, right? Smart way to do it is, you buy land, and say, for instance, one of your loved ones passed away. Bury them on it. Nobody could ever buy that land, purchase that land. It can never be foreclosed on. It can never be, just say, for instance, you were leasing the land. It can never be sold again. It can never be any of that. So now you have a forever property. That's why you see churches back south. They have a cemetery on their property. Their members be buried right next door on purpose. You can't never take my land. Can't never be sold, can't never be nothing. As well as put your land in a trust. Because now you don't own the land, the trust do. And now your family members are beneficiary of an entity that owns property. So there's all kind of ways to get you some assets, and that's what we ought to be doing. Family cemetery, yeah. And I would prefer that, me knowing what I know, me having to go out to the graveyard where my children are buried, it creeps me out, because there's things there that I see that I'm like, wow. There's people that literally go there and do strange worship to the dead. I absolutely feel horrible, because in biblical times, Abraham and them had their own tomb, their own place where they were buried. So did Moses. So did, the Most High buried Moses, but so did Joseph's daddy. okay? Isaac, all of them. Their families were buried, even if it was their bones, was buried in a family tomb. And so I thought about it. I'm like, first of all, I don't want to be out here stepping on no cursed territory. But to know that my children are buried there and all this other strange activity, I'm like, I should have buried my kids on my own land. But when my first son passed, I was not a landlord. And when we signed the paperwork for the land that we did purchase, it was on the day or the day before we were having his funeral. But that's how you play the game. This is all about a game. This is all about a game. And you got to know how to play. You got to get in the game and you got to know how to play the game in order to win the game. I know we all done seen Hunger Games. We really living out a real life Hunger Games. Survival of the fittest. And you got to use insight, wisdom. You can't be in haste. You can't be out here thinking like the world thinks and think you moving like that. Okay? A local cemetery been around since I was a kid. They shifted the tombstones as if to make more space. Personally, I think they resell the caskets. Yep. For sure. Absolutely. I wanted to have my children exhumed and just to make sure that they caskets and their bodies was in there after I went to the cemetery and didn't see a casket in the ground after a service days later. So yeah, you're absolutely right. I said I wasn't gonna be here long, 49 minutes. It's already cutting it. So I'm going to share a couple of opportunities that I think would benefit you. Can I sue if I go out there and exhume and see my babies? Absolutely. Absolutely. Might be, Lord, don't make my mind go there. Because I almost said something. And they ain't just going to be sued. But I'm planning on doing that. I'm just trying to find my footing. Real talk right now. Because it's been really heavy. And maybe one day I will share with you guys, especially these last 2 weeks. You think with time things get better, but your girl was hanging on by him, okay? Literally, a tiny little piece I was hanging on. So to go out there and see something like that, even if it is there, and re-traumatize myself, that takes courage, lots of strength. But I definitely feel led to verify because I believe that's a system. Notice that they just keep on adding more tombstones to these cemeteries. They don't go buy more land and start building multiple cemeteries. In my home state, it's only 2. Same 2 with all them, massive amounts of unalivings and deaths and all of that stuff. It's only 2 cemeteries. And I know they didn't ran out of room years ago. So, yeah, I'm sure you can sue. There are people in other parts of the United States that have went out there and actually dug up their loved ones only to see that they wasn't there. And they try to say, well, The dirt might have shifted, all of this stuff. So I believe they're suing that particular cemetery. But yes, you guys, this is mind blowing. And I'm not even going to say it's mind blowing, like, oh my gosh, devastatingly mind blowing, because we read about this. This is written. But what I will say is the tariffs is what's going to bring in the digital ID. And I'm going to keep on saying it. I will not be a part of that system. And I hope you don't be either. That's for sure. If the Lord has given us a way of escape, and he's given us ample time and opportunity to get ourselves out of this system, the very system he tells us, come out from amongst them and be separate. Touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you. What they planning on doing is permanent. And that's just not going to be what it is. The whole real IDs, I still have my old ID. I absolutely refused to get a real ID because that's all a part of tracking. The digital currency, they're going to implement that because they couldn't track where cash is being exchanged. If I say I gave my sister over here $100,000 in cash, they can track that. There's no paper trail. If my sister then takes that $100,000 and give $50,000 to Robert in cash, there's no tracking. And that is what this is all about. A demonic system. It even talks about it on the back of our money. The symbolisms are there. Yep, they done making the pennies. It costs more money to make a penny. That tells you how precious metals are valuable and why we should own them. It costs $3 to make one penny because it's metal. So they said, no, we have stopped the print of all pennies. And what we got is what we got until we run out. But all of this is going on is a bigger plot. I dare you to go look up universal basic income, and you will see how many states have already been participating in this since 2020. At first, it was like 12 states. Now it's like maybe 39 states. And they're rolling it out in a disguise that, hey, extra income, no strings attached. That's on this Agenda 2030. Elon Musk say it will be inevitable for people. Matter of fact, let me pull it up. Let me pull that up real quick. And I'm going to be getting out of here. I'll say in about 15, 20 minutes at the most. This is going to be the last thing I'll show y'all. Forbes then said this. Elon Musk then said this. All these billionaires then said it ain't no question about if universal basic income is going to be a thing. There's no question about it. We gonna need it because AI gonna replace everybody. His words, not mine. Okay? Yahoo Finance, way back in February. Elon Musk predicts universal income will eventually be it has to happen. We're not going to have a choice. Why? Because AI will replace everything. Hopefully these websites don't be glitching. I don't like to. I don't think we're going to have a choice. Elon Musk predicts universal income will eventually be high, but fears people will feel useless. There is a movie called Sorry to Bother You. Ultimately, they were offering people free housing and work because there were people who couldn't pay their bills. Wow. I'm going to have to check that out if the Lord say the same. I'm going to have to check that out if the Lord say the same. Because that's what's happening right now, people. Let me go look up that trailer. Sorry to bother you. Let's go check that out real quick. Let's see what that's about. Because that's what's happening right now. That is why I keep on sounding that freaking alarm. We cannot go down like this. I'm sorry. We cannot. Sorry to bother you. Let's see. Let's see what this is about. And it got these minority people in here. You cannot make this up. Let's check this out. And look who they got on the screen. Cousins. Something else.
I'm just out here surviving. And what I'm doing right now won't even matter.
Oh, baby, it will always matter.
Oh.
I thought you said you fixed that.
Get a room! I got a room, mother! Hey, Cash, how much longer I gotta wait for my money?
God made this land for all of us. Greedy people like you want to hog it to yourself and your family.
Me and my family?
Yeah.
Cassius, I'm your f***ing uncle. I just really need a job. 40 on 2.
This is telemarketing.
Stick to the script. Hey, hello. Mr. Davidson, Cassius Green here. Sorry to bother.
Let me give you a tip. You want to make some money here? Use your white voice.
My white voice.
I'm never talking about Will Smith's wife, like this young blood.
Hey, Mr. Kramer. This is Langston from Regal View.
As always, we'll be getting that out to you right away.
You're doing so good with the voice thing.
Holla, 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 holla.
Oh, yeah. All right. Hell yeah. You're going upstairs, power caller. They even have their own elevator.
Welcome, power caller. I hope you did not masturbate today. We need you sharp and ready to go.
Okay. Yeah, this is a little weird. But let's see.
Yeah, gon' hit you, pop like Percocet. Got the bang ain't surface, yeah. Two-step like the ball, this person check.
I got promoted. I'm a power caller.
What did I sell?
They're not selling it, but we selling it.
No, there's no amount of money that make me do that.
Here's the starting salary. Well, man, I'm gonna have to get me some new suits.
Yeah, whatever I wear, no, I'm here to be clear.
It is morally emaciated. I can't ride with you.
I'm doing something I'm really good at.
Cash, I'm gonna make you a proposal.
I can see that you'd want to say no, but I wouldn't do that before you see what I'm offering you. Cash. You are awesome.
Oh yeah. All right.
Some for the homies and some for me.
Hell yeah. That's right.
Is this the right one where didn't he play a Judas type character in a Jay-Z fake? Okay, so I get it. So they were offering people this money to do weird things because they couldn't pay their bills. Got you. Okay. Wow. That's something. I could potentially see something like that happening, especially for people, in desperate times. You have a lot of people right now that cannot pay their bills or find a job. And then in the video, it says, you got to use a certain type of voice to get yourself through. It's just, it's crazy. This is another thing. I want to share this with y'all. U.S. Treasury Secretary, the ones coming for people for the student loan money, declares the golden age of crypto, urges builders to flood in. They already know what they're doing with this digital dollar. And you know what? People that is not in position, those are going to be the people that is going to have to end up going to them doing some stuff they never thought they would do for money. That's the headline. I would pray before even watching it. Yeah, I watched the trailer. That was good enough for me because it was getting a lot of strange, but the trailer told me everything I needed. I could see. At first it was like, this is weird, but there's always a twist to it. It's for us to be able to see. And I see in the beginning he was just stressed out and couldn't pay his bills, put 20 cents in the gas, but now you have this other person coming along that's in a better position to offer them, a position or offering them housing. GDP weakens, job losses rise, and now the services, the bedrock of the U.S. economy, flatline. Is the American economy nearing recession territory? It's all being done strategically. Right here, right now, in our face. And I'm going to end with this because we are the first ones to get hit and the last ones to get helped. Now they coming for everybody. Don't get this twisted. They coming for everybody. But we always the first and the last. AI is gutting workforce, and an ex-Google executive says CEOs are too busy celebrating their efficiency gains to see their necks. Oh, they having a good time. They're having an amazing time. They're celebrating that they didn't struck gold, hit it rich. Meanwhile, for the American people, record surge in past due student loan adds to the U.S. debt burden. Look at this crap. We in trouble. A lot of trouble. 2004, it was under a 10. That's the highest they got. 2025 is almost near 15%. Then they come out with a Katrina documentary. Wow. Yeah. It always be coming from my cousins. That's why it aggravates me when my cousins just sit around idly. This is not a game. I'm scared for my cousins. For real, for real. Why would we procrastinate and be lazy and be slothful and stagnant? Even if we're waiting, there's still things we can do to make sure that this don't happen to us and our children. I don't know. Maybe I'm different, and that's okay. But I just cannot see this. The FBI then arrested 2 more Chinese nationals on this past Saturday on charges alleging that they knowingly exported China tens of millions of sensitive microchips used in artificial intelligence applications. They didn't smuggle in worms. They didn't smuggle in fungus. Now they're smuggling sensitive microchips. This come from the FBI. Just want to share with y'all the headline because the one I'm really looking for. The next job downturn could mean an AI-induced purge of millions of workers in the manufacturing department. So this is why this is being implemented. I'm just showing you what they've been saying and what they telling us. Okay? In the next job market downturn, whether it's already starting or years away, there just might be a bloodbath for millions of workers whose jobs can be supplanted by artificial intelligence. And I'm going to tell you, the 2 industries that they said will stick around longer is if you like a home health care aid, they said those will stick around a little bit longer, but eventually they'll be replaced. We already got robots operating on folk. Attorneys, you can go to ChatGPT, a robot, and ask for attorney advice and get attorney advice how to beat your case in court. You don't need graphic designers and movie editors and video. You don't need any of that at all. People is out here making $5 million in 6 months, virtually flipping land. You don't even need to leave your house anymore. Because that's how bad AI is. It really is on another level. And lo and behold, I've been telling y'all, I'm blowing the whistle about foreign Wells Fargo. They are now rolling out their company-wide AI. It says everyone from branch tellers to investment bankers will benefit. AI in the financial service sector comes with significant risk. But with help from Google Cloud, Wells Fargo says it can be deployed responsibly. Is we the only ones behind? How are we going to compete and keep up with that? OpenAI is giving ChatGPT to the government for $1. Tracking, data harvesting. We don't own no apps. We don't own any of that. One more thing, I know you have to go. Do you have a program for book publishing? Not Amazon KDP. I have a book there. They pay a very small percentage. Yep, I do have a program. Books, bestsellers, and stages. Show you how to self-publish. Amazon only lets you sell on their platform, but you can sell on your own platform. You can be your own boss, which we should be, and collect all of your royalties. So yes, I share that, how you can go do that on several sites. Now to become your own, all you need is your ISBN, show you how to go get that. Your cover, show you how to go get that. So you have all rights and you're not just receiving royalties on your work and your book. Cut the middleman out. Where is this at? Right here, I believe. Let me go down. I done went all around the mountain. There we go. Okay. This is what we're going to end with right here. As I told y'all, we always the first to get hit and the last to get helped. Why it couldn't say, according to new reports, all people, jobs could be lost to AI by 2030. Didn't I just share with y'all the 2030 agenda? Make it make sense. Now, according to new reports, 4.5 million black jobs. Why is it black jobs? Why is it not Hispanic jobs or white jobs? Haitian jobs, Pakistani jobs. Why the blacks? Why the blacks? And why are you building these data centers in our communities and contaminating our water? Let me let you see it. Okay. 4.5 million black jobs could be lost to AI by 2030. 4.5 years, roughly. 4.5 million. And they already purging it. We just saw, they said the AI purge, because that's what is happening. That is exactly what is happening. So we got to be smarter. We got to be wiser. First strategy is we need cash injection. And if people have a problem, you can offer a solution in exchange for currency, because that's what cash is, currency. Meaning, if people have an anxiety problem, you can offer a PDF on here's 5 steps or 5 things you can do to rid yourself of insomnia without medication, and sell that for $14. The targeted marketed on something like that right now is almost 1 million. People also want to know how to stop smoking. People also want to know how to get a 6-pack without lifting weights. So stuff like that, whether you like to do that or not, whether that's your thing or not, so what? That's what people are buying. You can sell that $17 to 100 people and have $1,700 in one single day. You do that Monday through Friday, you got almost $6,500 in 1 week. You rinse, wash, and repeat. You're looking at $24,000 a month on just providing a service that somebody needs. When I say that we need to be making money with digital products because we're not cutting it, we're going to work at a 9 to 5 trying to trade time for money and minimum wage, it's not going to happen. And that's what's going to get us. I almost said a word my grandma used to say. Whenever y'all see me get quiet like that, the Holy Ghost then took control of my lips. My grandma used to say, you're going to be out, okay? You're just going to be you're going to be out, okay? The AS, finish the rest, out. And the reason why they're going to target us with this is because they know that we will not pick up a new skill. They know that we do not like to read. They know that what we like is entertainment. There you go. And imagery. I love you, girl. That's what she used to say. Your butt gonna be grass and they gonna mow it. This is the reason why they always come for us. Because they know, okay, they just want handouts. They're not even going to be interested in anything AI. We'll get the pastors on the non-profit organizations, 501c3s, not all, but lots of them, to convince the sheep that AI is evil, so they don't use it, and we lock them out. And then when we take their jobs from them, how they gonna provide for our children? Because you know they children. Birth certificates, social security cards, so why they can come in and remove them if you ain't taking care of them properly, that's their children. Now we get to control. This is the reason why it always comes to us first. I can go pull up right now an article that said that C-19 would not work unless Black people tried it first. I wonder why. How y'all gonna say if we don't try it first, it ain't gonna work on nobody else? Make that make sense. We always the first to get hit and the last to get help. So with that being said, okay, here's some opportunities for you to help yourself, because ain't nobody coming to save you. That's already been done. Whether or not you want to accept him as your Lord and Savior is not up to me. But the saving had already been done. Yeah, they have so many rules and so many laws. I'll be giving them to y'all. I dare y'all to go look them up. I dare y'all to go look up these laws, like the one that just passed in California that says an whole illegal immigrant or a stranger can come and pick your child up from school, make medical decisions on their behalf. They going up in an uproar. Just some of the dumbest laws that you would be like, is this even real? Why in New York you can actually come and take a person from their home and put them in an undisclosed quarantine facility if they feel that you have any type of germs or bugs that could be spreading, you and your children. You and your children. Go look that up. That's New York NY 2.13. And the bill that I'm talking about in California, I think it's AB or AR. Let me go look it up real quick and tell y'all that one. Go do your research. Assembly bill, which stands for AB 49. Yep. Yeah, that's who we is. They know, we got to know who we are. That's why it's always been. And it's hatred from all around the world. It ain't just in America. You go to any country in the world and see who the most hated. Remember, I asked ChatGPT the other day, whether it's in Africa, America, doesn't matter. The Hebrews are the most hated. They have gone to great lengths. And that's what I was going to pull up. It's our jobs as first because they give us the low working jobs, customer service jobs, warehouse, production. So our jobs will be first, according to them. I have to limit myself and get into the word. This stuff is meant to drive you crazy and use it on you. Yeah. Stay grounded in the word. I don't know why this is making that much noise, but y'all, I'm finna hop off of here. I just wanted to come by here and share that with y'all. I thought that was very important for y'all to know and see where this is going. I did want to pull up, because some of y'all probably ain't gonna believe that they said that thing would not work unless we did it first. This was right in 2020. And I think it was Bill and Melinda Gates who said this dumb stuff. Oh, here we go. Told y'all. Y'all ready for this? Now you see, according to the new report, 4.5 million black jobs could be lost to AI by 2030. Now, this is what they said. And guess who was the biggest recipients of this? Yeah, my information is always shared, beloved, in the link in my bio. My email is there. My contact information is there. So if you hit me up, I will get to you for sure. That will work only if its trials include black participants. Why would these not work unless black people did it first? Told you I've been sounding the alarm for a very long time about a lot of this. Because it's really not a game. It's really, really real. They know who we are. We don't. They said we had to get it because we couldn't read and go to the pharmacy. So they had to deploy mobile units to give it to us. Because we didn't know how to go to CVS and register to get it. We have to wake up. First of all, we are seeing biblical prophecy come to pass. And this is not those who have taken precautions to get themselves in position. We don't panic because we have been obedient and trust and believe. I tell people this because people get into these things thinking, oh, everything is going to go hunky-dory. And whenever an ounce of warfare show up, they will crumble they would make the worst decision they could ever make. From pressure, because pressure bursts pipes or pressure produce diamonds. You either gonna come out like a diamond or you gonna be busted up like a pipe. Because that's only two things pressure do. And when you start making moves to better your family, to get yourself in a better position, to stop relying upon employment and government assistance and different things of that sort, then you best believe warfare is going to show up at your door, but you got to know how to handle the warfare. And if you're going to go through any type of warfare, you should go through some warfare with somebody who is skilled in warfare, trained in warfare, who has had to die 1,000 deaths to be anointed for warfare. As much as I tell y'all about my grief and my pain, I know it was purposeful to carry and to lead what he has assigned for me to do with the people he has assigned for me to do it. Okay? Hardhead, stiff-neck, house of Yisrael. Black folks. Here's some opportunities for y'all. Y'all want to take advantage. These are some things that I'm doing. Okay? A lot of the digital products and different things of that sort, y'all could really be cleaning up shop right now. This is not something that you have to get in and stay a part of forever. The word of God says that the wealth of the wicked is stored up for you. Meaning you have to get up and go get it. It didn't say that the wealth of the wicked is stored up for you to go and get it and live there. No, it is stored up for you. You have to go where it's at. You have to get in the game to play the game. The transfer, the wealth transfer, has been hijacked from brick and mortar to click and order. So you should have something in that space to take back your wealth and some wealth for your family too. Hey, before y'all crash that dollar, let me go buy up a lot of real estate. We gonna have us somewhere to stay. And we gonna have us somewhere to stay that's paid for. Number two, we need to be building in a community with each other so we can protect each other. When God told me to go buy all that land and let certain people come in, I saw the building. And when I tell you, it has been intense because I've been ready to go. But I know at the opportune time, a lot of information that I would have missed out on, now knowing, it's like, oh, okay, I understand. It don't take long for the building. And then when you go in and you begin to tell people what you're building, because you got to tell them what you're building. Part of city coding and zoning. So you need somebody not only to just coach you, but literally to get in this thing with you. Lock arms with you, stand down with you, war in the spirit with you, stand tall through whatever. You need them type of people on your team, and we definitely need to be together. I don't know if y'all ever saw this series. It was called Jericho. Only way you can watch it now, I think CBS produced it, is if you go pay on YouTube to go see the series. But it's about a community of people that were under attack from the GOV A nuke had came, injured a lot of people, but they came together. You had the meat man providing meat for those. You had the pharmacist providing the medication for those who were injured. You had the women coming out cooking and preparing the meals. You had the men on standby, locked and ready to defend by all means necessary. You had the children churning butter or whatever, but everybody worked together. That's the same way God moved in, and that's the same way he commissioned his people to move in, and he is the same yesterday, today, and forever. He is telling us we are so behind. We are so behind. And God is still extending grace. He's literally given us the resources. Why are you trying to save something that is going to be of no value? And then what? Imagine working for years to just obtain money. And then they devalue the dollar, it dies, and you have nothing to show for all of those years you traded your time for money. And he is telling us loud and proud, get back to the basics. Go buy you this land. Gold and silver is mine, saith the Lord. Go get you some. I said you would not be ignorant of Satan's devices, as me being your father. When they set that system up, hear me, you will not be able to buy, sell, or trade. And when we go to work and we spend our money in this system that works against us, it is in direct rebellion to God and his system, because his system operates on seed, time, and harvest. Satan is an imitator. So he wanted to set up his own system where he can have artificial intelligence, because he's not omnipresent, because he's not omniscient. He cannot be at all places at all times. Now he want to track people like he God and control whether you get to eat, sleep, drink, work, live life. No man, great or small, he ain't gonna spare none of them. And you got people cheering this on. When Donald Trump said, I'm gonna let y'all hear it one more time. When Donald Trump said, we are going to be the biggest biometrics and we're gonna build it. And they really are cheering on. It's crazy. Trump goes to other countries and do these deals to bully them into becoming a part of this agenda. I'm about to switch it so y'all can see it one more time, which is this electronic ID. They're doing it everywhere, in Mexico, in China, everywhere, even in Jerusalem. That's what all these deals is about. Share this with y'all. One more time. From the horse's mouth. I mean, his push on this has been great. He signed a bill. That big, beautiful bill can now give permission. It's a law to track us. Hold on. Let me turn this up. These people actually had the audacity to be cheering. I'm like, what the hell?
Entry exit visa tracking system, which we need desperately. In my administration, we will ensure that this system is in place. And I will tell you, it will be on land, it will be on sea, it will be in air. We will have a proper tracking system.
The main purpose of opening the borders was to create chaos so that order in the form of a digital ID system would be tolerated. In order for a biometric border system to work, everyone will obviously need to be in the system. And
Listen, I ain't gonna even play the whole thing because I didn't play it. This were the real IDs and all of this stuff. No, we need to begin to build God cities and homesteads. With that being said, okay, because God got a remnant that is not going to bow his knee to Baal. And guess who two knees is a part of that remnant? Minds. I don't need nothing from you, government. So right now, I need to become self-independent from the government. I'll never forget when God started telling me to pay back my student loans. He said, owe them nothing. Because those who owe them, they will control. And here we are in 2025. They're talking about garnishing your wages, coming after your 401k, government benefits. And that don't just mean welfare and Social Security. That's unemployment, military aid. Only people who are exempt is those who are like going on missions in the military. But because you served and you back now, we want our coins. When we give them the power to feed us, we give them the power to starve us. I have some other stuff written down. I'm on the wrong page. 1 second. I'm going to just go over a couple of opportunities. Now, I will start with this one first because this one, God has just been like drilling heavily into my spirit. Build you something overseas. And I made it very affordable for you to know how to buy land and start businesses overseas. And I'm only talking to those who God then spoke to just like he spoke to me. When it's time to go, I'm not going empty-handed. I'm going to go fully loaded. But I do know that when it's time to go home, I will go home. I done already been over there. Spent almost a month over there. The young man who you see hopping in my chat from time to time or commenting on all of my photos is a part of a youth orphanage that we have established over there. We went and established a nonprofit over there when we went. But now talking about incentives to come over there and build. If you are African American, there's only 3 types of ways you can buy land internationally. If you are a native, if you are married to a native, or if you are an African American. There's businesses that you can start fully automated without you being there. Cafes, Airbnbs, health and wellness, education. They need to know about AI. Digital workshops. They need to know about that. So this is the reason why he put it in my spirit to host this workshop intensive boot camp so that you know how to fully start and fund and automate an international business, primarily in Africa. But it could be done in Bali. It could be done in Dominican Republic. It could be done in Puerto Rico. These are the hot spots with growth. South America, Senegal, South Africa, Senegal, they have incentives where they will pay you the taxes. You can live there for $300 and $400. Your mortgage $2,100. Now you have a mansion type paying $300 or $400. If you needed to go and live there. But if you didn't, you have the ability, and this is scriptural. Read Ecclesiastes 11:1. Please. Read Ecclesiastes 11:1, and I'm going to read it to you, but you're going to go read it on your own. This is something that we were told to do. We following the manufacturer. So I have that 11:1. So I have that I'm offering for $497, where you can have this set up in 60 days or less. Literally. You get access to all the information, who the funders are, connections to real estate people on the ground that will literally go and find your Airbnb, set the whole entire deal. They vetted. You go ahead and put smart locks on the door to allow people to get in and out, entry and exit into the Airbnb. You can book it before it's even completed. You just need to know how to get the visa, what type of business license to apply for. You're going to get all of that. How to start you an international automated business. Period. Let me stop the share on here and pull this up over here so you can see that I'm not just coming to blow no smoke. He's leading me. Cast your bread upon the waters. For after many days you will find it again. That's law. Seed time and harvest. Sow your seed across the waters. For in many days it will come back to you. Seed time harvest. You're going to get more than what you invested. That is a law. That is God's economy. And the reason why he tells us to do that is why. This verse encourages generosity and taking calculated risks, suggesting the acts of kindness and investment. Even those that seem to disappear will eventually yield a return. It emphasizes that while the outcome may not be immediately apparently, faithfulness, time, and generosity will be rewarded. Cast your bread. Let's read it. Hopefully this thing don't be glitching out. And it is. I don't know why it does this. See if I can find another one. Hopefully this one works. Okay. Ecclesiastes 11:1. Let's go ahead and read the chapter. This is why this thing be glitching. Look at all these ads. Yikes. Cast thy bread upon the waters, for thou shalt find it after many days. It's going to come back to you. Give a portion, invest into 7 and also to 8 ventures. For you don't know what evil shall come upon the earth. If the clouds be full of rain, they empty themselves upon the earth. And if the tree fall towards the south or towards the north, in the place where the tree falleth, there shall it be. He that watches the wind, they will not sow. And he that regardeth the clouds shall not reap. Him that's just watching and waiting, I'm just waiting on the Lord. You can't even see the wind, but I'm just waiting. I'm just passing time. I'm just wasting time. You, beloveds, you are the ones that will not sow when the Bible tells you to sow. You do not know what is the way of the Spirit, or how the bones do grow in the womb of her that is with child. Even so, you don't know the works of God who maketh all. In the morning, sow your seed. God's economy is seed, time, and harvest. What you invest to, God got to give you a return on it. He don't give you a return on consumption, what you spend. He gives you a return on what you invest. Period. But he tells you in this scripture, diversify your portfolio. Don't just be sowing your seed in America. You need to have seeds across the waters. Let me see if I can read it here. Cast your bread upon the surface of the waters. That's overseas, international. Be diligent, be diligently active, making thoughtful decisions, for you will find it after many days. Give a portion of your income. Give a portion of what? Give a portion of your income to invest. Divide it into 7 or even 8 ventures. Ventures is business. God was a businessman, still is in the business of business. That's all he talked about. If you really read your word, then you know God was a businessman. He says a noble man, that's a king, a royal man, bought a vineyard and then left his servants in charge. Everything about the kingdom. A man going away to a far country, called his servants, and then begin to hand them 5 talents, 3, 1 talent. Okay? God is a businessman. He's telling you in Ecclesiastes, money answereth all things. The love of it is evil, but money answered all things. God is telling you how to invest what he's entrusted with you. The man with the talents, the one who didn't do nothing with anything. He said, man, you could have put my money in the bank. At least I would have got some usury, some interest. God is a businessman. Straight up. The one that did nothing was the worst. He said, you could at least put my money in the bank. Let me get some interest on it, you worthless, lazy servant. That's what he called him. Straight up. We need to be doing something different, and we need to be doing something different yesteryear. And what I do know is that America is in the scripture. And what I read about America ain't good. That great whore Babylon will go down in an hour. And all of the other nations that was drunken off her wine and her merchants. It said they will look from afar off weeping. How are we going to be able to do stuff? How are we going to be able to buy and sell? And all you're going to see is the smoke of this wicked, perverse nation that caused other nations to go into sin. Look how other nations want to be Americanized. America, everybody want to come to America. Israel, the Holy Land, but everybody want to come to America. You got to have something diversified. Don't be fooled into thinking someone loves you or has your best interest. Please don't. The Bible warns against that. Households will be divided. Yeah, they seem like they regret coming here because it was a picture that was painted. That it's the land of the free, and now really they see it ain't that. Even Americans over here ain't free. No, we're not. And then they paint a narrative about abroad. Oh, it's terrible over there. They'll rob you there. Meanwhile, they the biggest investors internationally. I showed y'all that the banks take our money and invest in cash value life insurance policies. That's something else. Why wouldn't you cash your seed where diamonds and raw minerals, the whole land is full of that? So if y'all want that, y'all already know. I already said I ain't fooling with y'all, but here's an opportunity to diversify. Set it up one time and leverage it forever. If you need to go, you already prepared. If you don't, you still prepared. We only doing what God say do. That's it. Nothing else ain't gonna work. He told us this would happen before it happened. Do we believe what he said? Because I do. Beyond me reading, when I say this is shocking, it's for me to be able to see the words off the page. In my dispensation of time, my generation, come to life. Straight up. I literally beg y'all to get y'all credit fixed. If you don't want to get it on crypto and all of that stuff, by all means necessary, don't. Get your credit fixed. It's a digital asset that's going to help you. It's going to help you because that's what God said. Get your credit fixed. It's going to help you. When cash can't help you, your credit is going to help you. It is a digital asset. Straight up. If you don't want to get into, none of the mentorships, buy the credit suite. Get your credit fixed. That's not what I'm saying. That's what God said to me and to the people assigned to me. Get your credit fixed. We're being led by the Spirit, not driven by the world. Hello, somebody. If you led by the Spirit, he will lead us to green pastures. We will not be affected by what is coming and what is happening. If we play by the manufacturer's blueprint, then the world can't touch us. His job will be to defend and to bless what we build and to protect us and to just like he did with the children of Israel. I'm going to go before you in a cloud by day, a pillar of fire by night, and my glory going to be your rear guard. But y'all going to have to move. And y'all going to have to follow instructions. So we have that one, the credit suite, $97. Get your credit together. Sweep it clean real fast. I even put a funding play in there so you can go get money. Not no little money, but enough to go do something with. Enough to go buy you 10 ounces of gold, 20 ounces of gold, and some land and some real estate. Okay? $97 investment could yield you a return. What you're investing in now is not for today. What you're investing in is for tomorrow. Period. Just like in the natural. When you go plant a seed, there's time before you see the harvest. If you go plant apples, they do not spring forth overnight. Cotton, potatoes, they do not spring forth overnight. We have a time, and we got to be like the Issachars, the Hispanics who are able to discern times and seasons. That's why they're so good at planting and harvesting. Because God gave them that gift. Harvest time come around and you ain't planting no seeds, you ain't got nothing, what you gonna do? And everything that we have been used to is falling. It's being taken away, it's being replaced. What you gonna do? That's why you need to be investing, planting now. So at the appointed time, you do have a harvest. And $97 is not a lot to invest. You will eat that up. You will give that to T-Mobile. You will give that to Netflix and just subscriptions. You will give that to the nail technician. You'll give that to the local corner store. You give that to the gas pump. No, give it to your future. God gave it to you. Give it to your future. Period. That's what type of time we should be on in real life. Let me see what else I want to offer off this list, because it's a long list and I'm not going through the whole list. This Sunday, I want to mention that one. And the only reason why I'm mentioning it is because it's this Sunday. I'm going to have a workshop where I'm going to show you how to let AI, you can be on the right side of AI, meaning you're making money off of AI. You're actually making the money off of AI to go get established. God ain't going to never tell you to go get yourself established without giving you the means to help others get established. That's why we're here. You can use a prompt and have AI right now create you coloring books. And then, like my sister said over here, if you want to upload to Amazon KDP, they have their own website. So you never have to worry about saying, hey, you want to buy my coloring book? No, they have their own traffic. Somebody go to their website and type in coloring book, yours is going to pop up in there. Okay? And it's a strategy to put yours at the front of the list. It's called the bestseller hack. Right? So now you can sell it there. You can be your own independent seller. Sell it on, there's other platforms that you can sell your own book 100%. Keep all profits. It will create everything for you. So you can sell it on Amazon so that they can make the physical copy or the Kindle edition or the Audible edition, and you can sell it as your own publishing rights company because it's yours. Simple as that. And coloring books could be made for anything. I'm not talking about just for kids. They use coloring books during coloring collaborates, sip and paints, relieve anxiety. People with ADHD helps them focus, coloring in lines. So there's a bunch of niches you can create coloring books in, and it won't take you more than an hour, less than about 45 minutes to have you coloring books with your book cover, your back cover, and your pages. It's $97 to invest in a skill that if I lose my job tomorrow, I got a skill that I can teach others that will pay my bills. If I didn't know how I was going to eat tomorrow, I got a skill that will make me money right here, right now. Period. And you ain't even got to sell your skill. You can make your own coloring books, post them. Hey, which one y'all like? A or B? Oh, I like that. I like that one. How can I get a copy? Glad you asked. Here's my link. Without even being salesy, you can sell. Simple as that. It's a $97 investment into yourself that will yield you a harvest forever, as long as you live it. Then don't go teach it to your children and people around you. They can keep it going on. Okay? That's $97. I try to mix in between the ones that I have. I'm not offering all of these. Okay? And I came with them written down. I'm not offering all of those or these ones on the inside or these ones. Okay? I'm only picking. If you caught the last lives that were deleted, I offer things in there. But these are the last, literally. These are the last opportunities for me to help y'all. Because I take it you don't want help. And then people think I'm really mean when I'm not. I'm just real. They come back and they be like, look, I ain't got no job. I lost my job. I really don't got a lot of money right now. I'm pretty much panicking. I need to learn how to do something right away. And now they want their lack of preparation to become my emergency. And it's not. And I don't work under those conditions. With people who procrastinated until something catastrophic happened. And now they need help. You got to figure it out. I'll say a prayer for you. That's all I can do. Honestly. Told y'all to get in on the YouTube. For a little bit investment. How you can let AI create videos and different things of that sort. I have 310 Bible story prompts where you can go and create cinematic videos to spread the word of God in a visual storytelling way and make $10,000 in 1 month. Posting content that AI created for you in seconds. Period. And if you post it on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, you got 4 platforms that will pay you for content. Content is the new currency. Anybody want that? They have the Bible prayers. Those channels have more followers than you and I combined on YouTube. And it's all AI generated. but it's visual storytelling, and people like stories. And not only that, you get to spread the word. $97 for all 310 prompts. And don't just think, oh, this is some bland prompt book. No, this is first scene, what I want in this scene, transition, style, everything to create. Insane. Out of this world, looked like it came straight out of the movie theater. Content. $97 for that prompt packed. And that's going to be the last. Anybody want any of that? Because I don't want to keep going and y'all not interested. Y'all already know I'm not going to waste my time with nobody. I gave y'all free information. Go do your research. Prepare yourself accordingly. But here's just some opportunities. But I don't want to waste your time. And I don't want my time wasted. If y'all like what's coming, I love it. I have no other choice but to respect it. Let me know so I can go on about my business. I don't think you guys really realize how many times I have said to myself, this load is heavy. All people think about what they see is, okay, when's the class starting? Where's this? Where's that? They have not a clue the sufferings on the other side of all of this. I already know you would not be able to walk them. I don't even know how I'm walking them out. It's appropriated and I'm still utilizing. Yes. Your 1K in one day. I'm getting ready to host that again, but this time I'm doing it in a different style. Thank you for reminding me. Okay. So flow till you say, I want it. So that means the rest of y'all can go. I don't want to waste your time. Mwah, I love y'all. I'm always going to be a watchman. I'm always going to tell you the truth. But just like the one who manifested herself, that comes from prayers on yesterday's live. That's the number one reason why I will not give my access to everybody anymore. God says absolutely not. If I showed y'all and I told her, I was going to expose her, but it won't be on this live. I think y'all should see, like some of the stuff I got to deal with. And the reason why I said it's time to go in real life. Melchizedek had to do the same thing. He came out so much, and then it's like, no, you got to fall back for a little bit. Come out every 3 months. And then all of a sudden it was like, you got to fall all the way back. Come out and talk to them once a year. And I'm not Melchizedek. I'm just saying, when you are instructed that I have taken you in another direction or I have elevated you, then it requires for a lot more people to fall off. It requires isolation. You cannot be contaminated by everything and everybody. So I created a group called the Family of Millionaires. This is where you're going to learn how to build you some generational wealth. Instead of me coming out here to social media, being attacked by witches and warlocks, Jezebels, jealous spirits, all kinds of stuff. My access and my time will only be given in that group outside of my other mentorships. And when they're done, they're done. I said, you guys can get into the family of millionaires and bring in 3 other of your family members for a one-time price of $97. And we're going to teach all of y'all how to eat. Because that's the only way and the only place that I want to be in a protected space around people who showed up for themselves. I don't want no freeloaders, no bag grabbers, no vampires, no blood suckers. I don't want none of that in there. We work, we build, we execute, we implement, we impact. We execute, implement, we impact. Period. And that is the only access. This particular group on another platform will be $97 per month passively. But I said for my cousins, you can get in for one time. And that's where you get access. Other than that, you can get my AI twin. Or whenever the good Lord tell me to come by here and say something. Outside of that, and that will not be frequently because of the warfare. I'll never forget when the Lord told me majority of my warfare come from people, monitoring spirits, Jezebel and Ahab spirits, spirits that connect together, that don't think that I see and don't think that I know in the realm of the spirit, that be putting a mouth on me behind the scenes, all in the name of, or all in the disguise of, we're having a conversation, and wonder why things are happening and drying up in their lives. Because you cannot touch who God anointed, whether you understand them, like them, whatever the case may be. But people don't think that I know that. I know very much to the T. I exposed one here last week. And that's what comes with being isolated and consecrated. With God, you hear clearly. You know who's for you and who's not. And this time over here is completely done. Real talk. I said I would mention the mentorships because I did not mention them on the last. But here's your last opportunity to work with me. I'm going to finish up the workshops. These are low tickets. These are something you can trade a Chili's meal for. So the 1K one day that my sister is talking about over here, I'm actually hosting a 3-day off the chain intensive. It's going to be 3 days. We're going to deal with the 3 biggest things that will be evergreen: credit, funding, and digital products. Most people think digital products is, me selling ebooks and courses. That's not it. A digital product is the format of the delivery. It lives in a digital space, but that's not a digital product. The digital product is my idea, my solution to their problem being put in a digital format. So I'm going to show you how to really take advantage and maximize and be on the right side of AI. Let it create you money in minutes. Period. Let it make you Wi-Fi wealthy. Period. While you have the time. They only have open AI open for a certain time before it's not open. They just said that they're selling open AI to the government for $1. And the reason why I showed y'all that is because they're getting a government contract for $200 billion for a AI app. And I've been trying to get my people on in the government contracting sector for a very long time. You can have you 750,000, 300,000 in a matter of months. You can do a job for a month and make $1 million, especially during a disaster. Hurricanes ain't even hit, baby. We amping up. It's fourth quarter. It's about to go super crazy. People in the cleaning industry, there's contracts with your name on it. People in the transportation industry, they're going to need supplies transported. People in the AI, artificial industry, they're going to need artificial intelligence services, cybersecurity, consultation. It don't matter. Data research. And you can do this work as a middleman. Biggest money in government contracting right now is AI. Second largest is transportation. Secretary of Defense is the one who gave that $2 billion contract to Sam Altman. He's already a billionaire. He's already a billionaire. Why would he need $2 billion to lend his app to the government? And that's why they over there celebrating. Remember, I went over it said they too busy celebrating. They literally have no competition. We're not even in the niche. There's no competition. So I am going to show you for 3 days, first and foremost, how to fix your credit and clean your credit real quick. I'm even going to give y'all a sweep inside of this 3-day intensive to go fix your credit. Then we're going to cover everything funding. I'm going to give you websites that you can go and help people get money. And as long as the earth is living and moving and spinning, credit and funding is always going to be needed. It's an evergreen business. It don't go in, it don't go out, it don't slow down, it ain't in no recession, none of that. And the more people are going into debt, the more solutions you can solve. And more people you can serve. Okay? Last but never least, I'm going to show you how to become your own funding company if you choose. If I give you access to the platforms that will allow you to go put in my basic information and you get me approved for $30,000, out of the 30, I got to give you 3,000, 10%. Off of one person. Off of one person. You get somebody approved for 50,000, you got 5,000 coming. 100,000, 10,000 coming. You got 2 people some extra money. Okay, and then I'm gonna show you what to show them, what to do with the money, so that they make their money, make more money. They don't just get this money to be in debt. So I'm gonna give you the play. I'm gonna give you some sauce from one of my mentors who make 100,000 in one day. Not only that, I'm gonna give you some websites where you can go get funded while we live. Low credit, fair credit, good credit. You gonna walk away with some. Hands down, no credit checks on some. I'm gonna give you guys several plays that you can run, and we're gonna watch people get funded live. And then the digital bag, because you can't forget about going to go recover it all all your wealth. You need to go get some for Harriet Tubman, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. You need to go get some for all of your ancestors. And this is where they shifted it to. So now you need to step in on the scene like, yeah, I came to collect. I'm hosting that intensive for $197. For you to be able to come. And not only that, gotta spice it up. I'm gonna give you access to all of the business credit, all of the personal credit, how to start a fund. I'm gonna give you access to that, okay? To the first 5 that sign up, I'm going to give you access to a community where all of the products is already done for you. So literally, while you're learning, you have every template, you have all the stuff that you need, the bankers, you have all of that. I'm going to give you access to the first 5 who sign up. That's an additional bonus outside of what I'm going to give you at the workshop. $197 for that, okay? Government contracts. I want to get you ready for the 4th quarter. October, November, December. This is where they give out all of their money. All right, love. May the Most High bless and keep you and make his face shine upon you. It was great for you to hang with me. I appreciate that. Much love to you, beloved. I'm about to hop off here too, okay? But I want to make sure I give what I got available. And then I'm gonna hop off your timeline. But lots of love to you, beloved, and I look forward to seeing you another time for sure. Okay. So that's for that. $197 for that intensive. And then I believe it was one more. It was for the stock and the crypto. If you guys want that, let me just go put some of these out here, okay? I'm going to just go over them really fast. I'm not going to explain what they are. Everybody should know. I have the government contract. If you can't get in the mentorship, that's $997 for the mentorship. I'm going to show you how to win a contract 2 weeks to 90 days in the disaster recovery space. In the mentorship. And I'm going to show you how to use AI to write your response, to write your bids, to locate your bids, opportunities, the whole 9 yards. It ain't never been this easy, ever, 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 to get government contracts than it is right now. So I have the mentorship for $997. Last time I'm offering it. Period. If you don't want to get into the mentorship, or maybe your money is not allowing you to get into the mentorship, I have the government contracting 1.0 that has a lot of funding information. Most people who go and take this workshop get money and get funding. Hands down. I got live video testimonials of people saying, I've gotten 31,000 and I'm not even done with the whole workshop. I also have the 2.0. It's Gov Money 1.0 and 2.0 that just deals strictly with disaster recovery and how to go get money out of your backyard. Right now. Right now, you can have money from government contracting without even being a federal government contractor. You can go take a contract for some tuna. You can go take a contract for some back to school supplies. You can go take a contract for some pencils, for some Xerox copying, for some bread. You can go take a contract for some ice to go to their party. It's finna go crazy. They finna have all these parties, Halloween parties, Thanksgiving parties, Christmas parties, New Year's Eve parties. They pay good, $20,000 to go get them some party favors. So the difference between the replay, the workshops, is you do it yourself. The mentorship, you do it with me. The wealth bundle, Airbnb. You want to get started in Airbnb right here. Everything you need from step to step, all the game, the connections, everything is in this bundle. If you want to learn how to sell trade lines as a side hustle, help people boost their score, help people buy homes, that's something they want to do. Help people buy land, help people start a new business. Where to go get money from as a business owner, even if you haven't started the business yet, if you got an idea of the business. How to make $100,000 in 30 days, the marketing blueprint mastery. How to sell without selling. How to start a virtual call center. It's fully loaded. It's a done for you business in a box. That's a low ticket. It's $97 for the wealth bundle. You can buy it from me, start instantly selling it. Now, while you applying the information to yourself and to your family members, you got a tool to sell. $97. Okay. Stocks and crypto. This is a 7-hour combined workshop where I'll show you how to set up your account with Robinhood, 2 others. Go ahead and what top stocks that you should have at least $5 into. How to let AI pick the winning stocks. How to set up your crypto. How to avoid scams. How to make sure everything is properly flowing. How to, how to get in and get out. Everything you need to know about crypto. How to get in and hold it. Everything you need to know about crypto, since this is where we're going. Globally, this is where we're going to the digital currency. We need to know how that operates. And if you need to set it up, set it up. Because you can buy gold with crypto. Hello, somebody. Crypto is a decentralized token that the government does not own or regulate. But now they get their claws up in there, okay? They want a piece of the pie, and they created their own stable coin. So you need to know, we need to know, I need to know. That's why I did the workshop. $97, okay? If you want to know how to buy trade lines to boost your credit score on your own and get access to the vendor that sell these trade lines at wholesale prices, I got that list for you for $97. I've shared with y'all over and over and over how trade lines can definitely bring you in $10,000 a month religiously. So now you have access to boost your own score, but you also have access to boost others. And this is something you can charge as a service, or you can sell it. Hey, here's a trade line vendor. Oh, girl, can you get the trade lines for me? Yes, I'm offering it as a service. This is how much the trade lines are with my price included. So you get something out of it, okay? The land banking workshop and list. If you can't get in the land bankers mentorship, here's a good start. This will get you started. You can now go and find you land for $100, $200. So this will get you started. You will not have the mentorship, the coaching, but it will get you started. And you can go do it yourself. It's already done for you. You just go do it yourself. Last but never least, give me 5 to 6 minutes later, at the latest, and I'm out. So I done been here a cool minute. I need to go. And I need to be moving like fast. Let me get back to my page, y'all. Excuse me. Get back to my page. Oh, there we go. So these are the mentorships, the last mentorships that I'm going to offer for you to work in close proximity with me. I'm going to announce one, okay, that the Most High had me put together. I want to take 10 people, okay, with myself included. And this is a new mentorship. We're going to obtain 250,000 to 500,000 by the end of the year, or your money is refunded to you. It is guaranteed that we are going to go on an endeavor. We're going to set up structures to get us $250,000 to $500,000, not in working money, not in money we gotta go trade time or do some crazy illegal activities behind. This is good, hard money that you can liquidate and take it off your credit card and have it in your account or buy you some dirt. And we will have this accomplished by December, money back guaranteed. If you ain't got $250 minimum to $500,000 by December. This is a mentorship to million. Okay? Because once I get you to 500,000, you will definitely know how to go get the other 500. Period, point blank. The goal is to get you $1 million, and it ain't hard. It can be literally done in 90 days or less. But instead of me saying $1 million, so if you cross the 500 threshold and you got $1 million, then you'd be in awe. If I said $1 million and you don't implement or do something, right, and don't get but 500,000, then you'll try to say I'm a liar. My name means everything to me. I will absolutely knuckle these things up with people about my name. For sure. That's why y'all don't see me promoting people, in collaboration with people. I'm dealing with a situation now. You understand me? And my name is attached to it. Or two people purchased something that was still getting the purchase. But the person got into a terrible car accident, right? Me knowing what come with that, I'm going to give you grace because you almost lost your life. That's something that takes meditation and reflection. I'm not going to bother you in that because I know what it is to experience loss, have near-death experience. I'm very compassionate. But when I'm dealing with other people, they may not be that way. And because my name is attached to it, yeah. But I'm going to show 10 of y'all how to go get $1 million. For real, for real. I'm going to show you how to go get $1 million. But I'm going to guarantee you're going to have 250,000 to 500,000 by the end of this year. Okay, I'm only looking for 10 people. And I will let you get in for $1,000. That is an investment into yourself. I'm going to give you everything that you need. We're going to do it together. I've already done it. Okay, but we're going to do it together again. So we all get 250,000 to 500,000. Okay, that is the mentor to million mentorship. 10 is only available space for 10. And this is something that I have not brought anywhere else but to y'all first. And then it will spread abroad into my other communities and into my other platforms. Okay? So I'm offering that mentorship. The YouTube Mastery, where we get you monetized and where we get you generating revenue passively so that you can take that passive income and go get you, assets, producing assets. Here come, honey. $4.97 for the YouTube Mastery. Let me show you how to get a bag, automating this whole process. You do not have to sit on YouTube and make no content. I'm going to show you how to generate content, how to mass generate content for 30 days. Schedule it, set it, forget it, and then you get paid on the payout dates. Okay? In any niche, I'm going to teach you that. Let's Do Kingdom, where we teach land bank, trust, we teach it all in Let's Do Kingdom. That's God's baby. And he wants his people equipped. And not only do he want his people equipped, we're building safe houses over there. We're buying land and building safe houses over there. Well, when I say over there, I'm talking about in the United States, but in different parts of the states. We're building safe havens, community storehouses. Okay, we're building that. God cities, cities of refuge, real estate, protecting our assets, putting it in a trust so it can't be removed from the government. Okay, that we own all rights because it's our trust. Trust never die. Never. Especially the kind that we get. So we have Let's Do Kingdom where you get everything. That is a year-long mentorship. The only one that is a year long for $997. We're using AI. We're making money, instant income with digital products, but we are also building community centers because that's what God called us to do, to build the ark. He'll fill the ark. You can get in on that. Let's Do Kingdom 12-month mentorship, $997. From stories to stages. If you got a story to tell, baby, you have to tell it. Because storytelling is the numero uno way to track your tribe, brand your authority, build your brand, and scale like HELL. From stories to stages, whether that's virtual stages, whether that's in-person stages. People in this mentorship, when I host the events, I bring you on stage. So now you get to leverage my audience and the other speakers' audience. All because you invested in yourself. I'm going to show you how to write your story. I'm going to show you how to bestseller your story. And then how to get on stages, podcasts, radio, TVs, stages, in person, virtual stages, whatever. I'm going to give you access to the most powerful system that's going to get you all the way together. If you decided to do a virtual event with a highlighted, animated chalkboard, a digital chalkboard is what they call it, you can eat real, real well. And then we know a lot of people that would be potentially interested in your niche or in your field. We go find those people who want to hear what you got to say. Okay? So we have the From Story to Stages, $997. How to become an online money broker. I already talked about good money. How to become an online money broker. How to become your own bank mentorship. Okay, this one is going to show you, like I mentioned on the intensive, I'm going to give y'all the blueprint. You're going to have to go do it yourself. In the mentorship, I'm going to give you the blueprint and more things that I'm not going to give in the workshop because this is a mentorship, right? I'm going to give you the works over here. The workshop is general admission. The mentorship is VIP treatment, because now you get access to the people, to the lenders. You get access to the systems that will do this stuff for you literally in 2 seconds. Literally. Go get your family funded first, and they fund everybody. Somebody with a 560 might get approved for about 2,000 to 5,000, which would mean that would be a 200 to 500 payday off that one person. I'm going to show you how to automate your clients, connect you to someone who can generate you 100 leads every single day in potential prospects that's lining up like a Black Friday sale to see if you can help them make money. This one you don't want to sleep on. None of them, but this one you don't want to sleep on. This is where we help you set up your merchant account, so you got to deal with Stripe and PayPal. Go directly from your bank so you can receive wire transfers. That is how they pay us, through wire transfers when we get in that, okay? So I have that one for $9.97. And last but never least, I did say that was fun. We do have a done for you opportunity to get you fully funded. If you don't got the time, if you ain't got the, wherewithal, you ain't trying to learn nothing about AI, have somebody set something up for you. Have somebody set something up for you, because you still gonna need it. Have them do the heavy lifting. You use your currency to leverage their time to build you something. That's just how this works. So there's 4 ways that I offer done for you. If you want me to set up your whole entire government contracting and get you into government contracts with your certifications, your registration, so that you can win contracts locally, then I have a done for you for that. My husband is offering a fully done for you transportation setup. Non-CDL, meaning you don't have to have CDL. He also has access to a prison reentry program and monies they will give you as an extra stipend to hire ex-convicts to let them drive. So you ain't never even got to worry about driving. Even if it's not an ex-convict, we set up your driver, your virtual assistant, your load board. We set it all up for you. So he's offering that. Everything that I'm offering, I will give you a price. Then I'm going to let y'all go. We have the done for you fully funded, where we get you funded on the front end using the SBA or the CDFI. So you get your money back off tops in the front. Then we get your credit to a 720, because that's where we need it to be. Wherever it's at, we need it to be at a 720. So we aggressively get your score to a 720 so that we can go get the big bag. Right now, I know where my people can go get $250,000, no documentation, no nothing, no tax records, no nothing. You just got to have an LLC for 2 years and have a credit score of a 680. And if you don't have an LLC in any of the states that they are giving this money away, then we got shelf corps in those states that you can leverage to get that money. $250,000 right now. So we have the fully funded. That's a $2,000 investment. Like I said, you get your money up front on the front end. You get your credit fixed in the middle, and then you get that big bag. And at the end, we take 10% of that big bag. We go after lots of funding because we want our 10% to look a lot of happy, okay? So it ain't no matter, is they going to fund me? You're going to get funded. You are going to get funded, okay? So we have that. My husband is offering the done for you setup where he do all your paperwork. He's even going to add trade lines. I believe it was either he's going to add the workshop or no. I think he's going to do the information for the government contracts. I'm not too for sure, but he does your MC, your DOT. He does all of that. Okay, for you, vet your drivers so you do not have to drive or lift a finger. And that's anywhere from $5,000 to about $9,000 every single week. After deductions, you probably walk away with about $5,600 if it's an $8,000 or $9,000 a week, and maybe like $4,200. Okay, so I got all of this stuff for y'all, and this is my final call for y'all. I want to help put you in a better position. My husband will do the done for you. I think he said $14.97 or $9.97. Okay. If the government contracts is involved with the registration, it is $14.97. If you're really not tripping off of government contracts, the reason why I'm pushing with the government contract and he's doing it that way is because it is hurricane season right now. And if you didn't do nothing but just had a transportation business on paper, you can have millions of dollars. I have came by and showed y'all video receipts of people who just go and park their trucks and make $250,000 in a month in case they need pallets of water from Walmart's moved or pallets of water from Kohl's or whatever the case may be, diapers from the dollar store. We leverage other people who got the trucks. We take the contract, $250,000. Hey, can I get you to work this for a month for $125? Yeah, cool. You get $125, I get $125. They get the services rendered. So that's how we do that. And my husband is charging $9.97 without the government contract. I forgot which other one I mentioned because it's time to go. That's why I didn't close up the book. So we got the funding. Oh, the government contracting. You want me to set it up for you? It's $9.97. Okay. Do your certifications. Make sure you got your capability statement. If you want to certify to become a Hub Zone or 8.8, we'll get you taken care of on that. Okay. Get your I already said your capability statement. We make sure we have that. Your intro letter, which is like your elevator pitch. We'll do the heavy lifting for you. And then you still would be a part of our group so you can learn how to maintain your government contracting business. Before I go, anybody want that? Now, all 6 of y'all better be ready to buy. Seriously. Because I told y'all a long time ago, this is what we were doing. And you stayed and you remained. So how many of y'all want any of these opportunities before I go? You got to catch them right now. And I'm only going to give 3 or 4 minutes, literally, because I've been here a lot. Richardson Matthew, what's going on, beloved? How you doing? How you doing? Anybody? If not, we're done. You clearly see what they got coming, and you know how to make an informed decision based on what you see. That was my job. Instagram. Anybody interested in any of the opportunities? Go ahead and hit my DM now. You guys cannot see the information that they see over here. So hit the DM. I'll send it to you. I'll point you in the right direction. With that being said, I'm out. Okay? I am out. In my Darth Vader voice, my Terminator. He say, I'll be back. I'm saying I'm out. Okay? You catch it with two hands or you don't. But I love y'all anyhow. And gonna always tell you nothing but that good old honest truth. Peace. All right, y'all. I'm out. You want several? Which ones you want, beloved? Which ones you want? Which ones you want? Okay? We got to take action because I'm done. We got a new attitude, a new endeavors. We got a lot of things that we got to be doing moving forward. I didn't even mention. I'm just gonna put this out there because it's on there. Okay, I'm gonna put this out there because it's on there. If I decide to leave up the replay, people can hear this before I take it down. I'm doing in person VIP day with myself. We're going to go to some waterfront land. When we leave the land, we're going to go, and this is two of the people that I'm using that I was referred to by my builders for my vision on the land that we have. But I am going to, you want land bank? Okay. I am going to open up a space for a handful, maybe 5. We're going to go on an excursion. It's going to be a VIP day with myself. Full VIP day. We're going to go look at land here in Texas. Lots of land, not a little bit, lots of it. And then we're going to go to 2 builders, modular homes, okay? And you can get these modular homes, start you a tiny home community. You can start you an RV park. You can start you a, mobile home community. So many different things. We're going to cover multiple different things that you can actually do with the land. And then how to get the funding for the land. Whether it comes through the bank, because once you own the land, you can actually leverage the land to get you, a real nice chunk of change to either build or rinse, wash, and repeat, okay? I'm out, y'all. I said 3 minutes. I'm out. If you in, get in, friends. If not, then y'all literally, it's just going to catch me around. It's going to be see you later because I'm never going to say goodbye. If you are not in the family of millionaires, then that's where I will be giving you guys tools, resources, everything that you need for you and your family to become a millionaire. That is where I'm going to spend most of my time. Morning, whether it's praying, just pumping out a lot of content that you guys can absorb in bite-sized pieces with actionable steps that you guys can get to your bag as well, okay? Right along with your family. Some have teenage children. Some have, sisters. Some have best friends that you say were sisters, okay? You can bring 3 family members for the price of 1, which is $97. But yeah, that's where people will have access to me. All right, land bank, coloring books, Bible prompts, okay? Whatever it is that you want to get, go ahead and grab them up. Get them up. I already put it in here what everything was. Information is on the screen as well as in the description of the video. Please read the description of the video. The information is there, as well as right here in pink above the ticker where my contact information. With that being said, I love y'all, and I will see y'all when I see y'all.
wait.